Opinions come in all shapes and sizes. Some can be essay-long, well-thought-out masterpieces backed by hard analytical data and time to carefully craft every word articulated. Others can be straight up wrong. So how do you find the ones that matter? Even if you're a critic yourself, how do you make sure your opinions are sound and the integrity you've built remains intact? As always, class, grab a notebook. Class is in session. Review channels are about as common nowadays as bad horror flicks or guys that skip leg day at the gym. Most of the big players are pretty well established and have no trouble proving to their audiences the legitimacy of their claims over hundreds of videos. However, no one talks about how the small fries like myself can still add value to their reviews. There are two fundamental ingredients that form a sound critique on any piece of media: conscious biases and objective truths. You can have opinions without one or the other, or even without both entirely. It just wouldn't make any fucking sense.
Are you tired of having your own opinions? Do you want to be force-fed formulaic thoughts through the words of, quote, professional critics? Then you should check out our website.
Fresh Potato.
Our website,
Fresh Potato,
is a totally legitimate review platform with both critics and audience scores to ensure your confirmation bias is at an all-time high.
I love using
Fresh Potato.
They make me look like a cool critic guy in front of my friends. And I can immediately brush off entertainment, not because I saw it and formed my own opinion, but because a multi-million-dollar corporation typed a number next to the title and declared it was bad. Therefore, it is bad.
And therefore, you're a fucking loser.
Huh?
Log in today and remember, kids, the government wants you to be fat, sick, and stupid.
Huh?
Most of my American viewers might be familiar with the concept called Dwight D. Eisenhower's decision matrix.
Might I interject?
Okay.
They have no idea what you're talking about.
What do you mean?
They have no idea what you're talking about because they're fucking American, which means they're fucking stupid.
Well, that doesn't actually matter. It has zero to do with what we're talking about, and homeboy is kinda dead. However, I'm going to take the Matrix idea and make it my own. Introducing Daddy D's Optimal Opinion Matrix. For the mathophobes in the back, just try and keep up, and I promise this will soon make sense. So here we have our x-axis representing objective truths, and our y-axis representing biases. So in our first quadrant, we have both high biases and clearly objective truths. This is essentially what you always want, and we will call this quadrant a trustworthy opinion. Moving over to the second quadrant containing high biases but nothing objectively true, this category I'll call unstructured opinions. These are opinions fueled by passion, or another persuader we'll talk about in a second. Misinformed people make passionate, unstructured opinions all the time. Unstructured opinions aren't inherently wrong, but it is definitely questionable when opinions are built using this framework. Video Game Donkey already made 2 excellent videos on this topic, and you should definitely check those out, links in the description, but right after you smash the like button for me, please. I really need the algorithm on my side for once. Big game review companies like Gamespot and IGN will forever always be in the unstructured opinion category. Money is in fact a looming bias, and also, keep in mind, these companies have a huge incentive to stay on the good sides of game developers that give them access to the games to review in the first place. And also, most GameSpot/IGN reviews just feel artificial. You don't know who these people are, and you don't know how their biases compare to yours. And lastly, the reviews are made as soon as humanly possible. You can't have a super in-depth review with all the facts right, especially for video games, which can be a very long form media with hours upon hours of content to go through. And that's why I haven't beat this game yet. The third quadrant, low bias and high objective truth. This is essentially the collective opinion, or as you may know it as, the popular opinion. It's opinion that basically everyone agrees on with no personality behind it. If I were to tell you, hey, making a game is hard, not many would have a counter argument to that statement. Keyword statement. It's hardly interesting or even a hot take. Even worse, it's barely an opinion. Remember the skit from earlier in the video? Well, here's the part where I stopped being coy. Websites like Rotten Tomatoes are part of the reason, at least, why people can't analyze anything critically for themselves. People genuinely use Rotten Tomato scores as a metric to base their opinions of movies they've never even watched before. Now, if you've watched my channel before, you're probably saying, didn't you use Rotten Tomatoes to justify watching Slender Man that one time? Yes, I did. If you haven't seen my review of Slender Man, go watch it after this. It's the perfect example of my point. The entire video is my passionate, unfiltered opinion on this obviously terrible movie. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, not only would my will to live be stronger, but my opinion would also have about as much weight as looking at this number. What does this number actually say besides, damn, that looks kinda lame? Which brings me to my final point, the double negative zone. What do we call opinions with no facts or biases to back them up?
Wrong.
That is absolutely
Wrong.
proved over and over again.
Wrong.
The actual
Imagine you're watching a review and they just say this every video.
Hey, what's up guys, it's Jimmy Games here. Welcome back to another review of Spider-Man is Bad. Tap like and subscribe. Hey, what up guys, it's Jimmy Games here, back at it again with another fantastic game review. You know, Pokemon, yeah, the whole fucking, the highest grossing media franchise of all time. Yeah, it's fucking bad. I don't know why, it's no fucking reasoning behind it. It's just fucking Pokemon, man. Sonic, that shit's good.
Use others' opinions to balance and strengthen your own, not as a cheat sheet for crowd approval.
You know, fucking ItsDmaster, yeah, terrible YouTube channel, terrible guy. Fuck him, tap like and subscribe.